puzzled about organizing your space? Well, I have some solutions for you. I am Janice Russell, and I help people who are impacted by medical diagnosis to learn to cross off their to-dos, optimize their time, and manage their paperwork, as well as to help make their space more conducive to their lifestyle. So I don't know if you like puzzles. I'm actually not a huge puzzle person, but I do have a client who loves to work with puzzles. And recently she downsized, and so she had to make some really tough decisions about which puzzles to take and which ones to donate. Now, this was especially challenging for her because she is diagnosed with ADHD. So puzzles, like many other things in her house, they're fun, and they have all sorts of possibilities for things that can be done with them. So it made it really, really difficult. That being said, she did make some decisions. We made it with boundaries where the location, the amount of space that the puzzles were going to go into in her new apartment. Now, one item that was not up for debate was her actual puzzle table. So in the new home, we did have to find a place for her to put that because that was very important to be able to actually do her puzzles. So as we discussed this, it really made me think that gosh, you can use especially if you like puzzles, you can use this idea of puzzles and how you solve them if you're organizing a space in your house, especially if you need to because you've got maybe some new medical equipment, a CPAP machine, other diagnostic equipment like you're diabetic or whatever, or if you have a surgery and so you need to have some better paths to navigate in your house. And so it made me think of this quote from a gal named Michelle Passoff, and she says, "You will know you are doing things right when you approach your clutter as you might a challenging jigsaw puzzle, with a sense of wonder of how it will ever get done, a clear picture of the end result, and a spirit of adventure." So I thought I'd take just a minute to unpack some of these. I'll call them the three steps or three facets of puzzle solving and how you can apply it to your space. So number one, wonder how it'll all get done. So again, people approach puzzles differently. Some people put the outside edges together first and then work on the inside. Others prefer to group by color. I'm sure there are other ways too. Again, not a puzzle person, but how you approach a puzzle can also mean that how you approach organizing a space can be very different depending on what works for you. So, for example, um, you can tackle your organizing project by one room at a time, one room each month, kind of a thing. If you have a medical condition that impacts your energy level, then and or available time, of course, then your strategy might be to work on one itty bitty little small piece of one room first. Again, none of these are right or wrong ways to approach it. They are just different depending on what's going to work for you. Maybe you prefer to start by decluttering each room, and that means permanently deleting any items. So that means they're leaving your space, consign, recycle, toss, um, gift, whatever you want to do with them. So anyway, wonder how it's going to get all done. That means approach it. How are you going to approach it? The next facet would be get a clear picture of the end result. Now, in solving puzzles, some people like to have that picture of the completed puzzle there, right there with them the whole time. Other people might like to look at it briefly and then put it away because they want to try to solve the puzzle without looking at it any longer. It doesn't matter. Again, no right or wrong. But the thing is, you can do this the same way. You need to get that picture of the result. So, what does an organized living room look like for you? Not talking about Pinterest or other social media pictures. I'm talking about what would be functional for you in your lifestyle. Get that picture in your head. I know I will be organized when X, fill in the blank, because that's going to help you get to that clear picture. If you don't have a clear picture, you're never going to know when you're going to get there. And then the third facet, a spirit of adventure. Now, I know for a lot of people, organizing is hard and or boring. And you're in good company, okay? I understand. But having an organized space is necessary for creating a life that works for you and that supports the activities that you enjoy. So let's see what we can do to make the actual process of organizing palatable. So, for example, maybe you pretend you're an archaeologist on a dig. And as you discover pieces of your past, you have to decide which pieces are important enough to be displayed in that museum of you and which pieces, yeah, they don't need to be, maybe they need to be kept, but not out and about, or maybe they don't need to be kept at all because they're not important anymore. You get choices about what to keep or what not to keep. You could be, instead of a chimney sweeper, you could be a clutter sweeper and remove all the clutter that clogs your path, so that you can have a more simple and functional lifestyle. Or maybe you're a disc jockey, and so you're going to use music to help you decide what or how you will, sorry, decide which organizing tasks you will choose next. This kind of music for this kind of task, another kind of music for this kind of task. Again, it doesn't matter what you use for motivation. Creating a sense of adventure will help you as you try to make the task more fun. So I hope that gave you a few ideas about getting your space a little more organized so that you can navigate it better. Janice Russell, and you can find other suggestions of this nature at janicerussell.com, at the blog there, as well as on YouTube, although some of those are old. Okay, I'll be just really honest, but I'm updating them now. So hope to see you soon. And if you have another idea, hey, drop a comment below because we can all share ideas and use that other people can use. Thanks so much.